first memory that I have of being a difficult eater is when I was about 2 and my mom took me to see a child psychologist because I wouldn't eat. I saw eating as something that you have to do in order to survive. It's not something that you enjoy. Food to me is scary. I'm afraid of food. It started off when I was quite young. From very early on, I sort of conditioned myself that I didn't like food. I simply stopped eating and I only ate every 2 or 3 days perhaps.
Eating disorders can be a choice because people are unhappy about their shape, or unhappy about their weight, but also they're predisposed sometimes to developing a more severe disorder whereby their life's in danger and they need to come into hospital or have specialist intervention from mental health services.
I think I would simply characterize what I've got as food phobia. I mean, that's what it is. I'm afraid of food, or I was afraid of food. I was afraid of eating, I was afraid of biting or tasting things that I didn't like. For a long time, I was very skinny. Yeah, no, so I had a very negative body image, you know, I didn't feel very confident at all. Well, this is sort of what happens when I try to go out for food. There's not really much choice. You see, I can have the beef, which has fat streaks in it, which is going to make me throw up. I have no idea what that is, but I can't tell what's in it, so I wouldn't touch it. These veggies are like completely overcooked and that, I can't even tell what that is, but because it's mixed together, I can't sort of see what's in it, so I wouldn't touch it with a pole.
An eating disorder can be treated in lots of different ways. First of all, there needs to be an acknowledgement or a point when a family or an individual says, I've got a problem, I need help with it. I think that's the first point of call, that somebody needs to be motivated to change their life. Because until you're actually motivated to change your life, you won't accept any help that's being offered.
Well, this is my paranoid harvest from this buffet of loveliness. Some roast beef, some gnocchis, and some gravy. And obviously I've got the gravy in a separate bowl so it doesn't cover up the fat streaks so I can see where I'm cutting. I know it's paranoid, but I know that if I bite onto it, it's just going to give me this crunch in my mouth and it just makes me want to throw up, you know? So, yummy. There's no gristle on there, is there? No.
People who suffer from anorexia become obsessive in their dieting, and that can lead to a great deal of weight loss, sometimes dangerous weight loss, and their life can be spent preoccupied with food, with dieting, with counting calories, and it can take over almost all of their waking life. People with bulimia similarly become very preoccupied with diet and becoming slim and so on, but they tend to eat in binges, feel guilty, and then make themselves sick or purge themselves.
With the help of my husband, I've managed to completely turn my life around. We've moved away from the stresses of the city life and we moved out to the country where things are a lot more relaxed, where I feel I can be myself more. It's been really quite a big step the last 2 years, you know. Now I'm a chef and I really enjoy food. I'm not afraid to try new foods anymore. Now I have a really good relationship with food. I really enjoy eating. And most importantly, I enjoy cooking, which was part of the reason that I've suddenly decided to become a chef, is because I wasted my entire life not eating pretty much everything, you know. I mean, I only ate boring foods. What do I know about taste, flavors, all these things, you know? So I've got so much to catch up on, and which is why I've done this chef apprenticeship, and I'm loving it, you know. Every day I'm exposed to new foods, I'm trying new things, you know. I'm loving the taste, the textures, the flavors. It's a whole new world that's opened up to me.